Good Shabbos. We Jews are blessed in many ways, but producing famous athletes is not one of them. If you were a Jew during the 80s and 90s, chances are you had this coffee table book called Great Jews in Sports. It looked like this. What I always found so remarkable is that the sum total of great Jews in sports can fit in just one book, printed very large. Athletics and physical prowess haven't really been our thing. So when we Jews do get the opportunity to show off our physical abilities, we take advantage of it. And there is one significant opportunity for Jewish men to put their physical prowess on display. Hagbah, lifting up the Torah when it is read. That's the closest thing we have to athletics in Jewish life. Beating the Hoshanos is a distant second. Third, of course, is getting to Kiddush, which is the only full contact Jewish sport. But getting back to Hagbah, the critical feature of this practice seems to be the hoisting of the Torah, and not necessarily the person who gets to put his brute strength on display. But the Ramban on our Parsha quotes an interesting medrash, which invokes Hagbah. The last of the curses in this week's Torah reading is Arur asher lo yakim es divrei haTorah hazos la'asos osam. Cursed be the one who will not uphold the terms of this Torah and observe them. Now this curse doesn't seem to be adding anything new. It's merely a conclusion, a reinforcement of the general warning to keep the entire Torah. But the Ramban points out that perhaps Arur asher lo yakim could be read literally. Cursed is the one that does not lift up. That there is a new obligation to actually lift up the Torah, and cursed is the congregation that fails to do so, that fails to lift up this Torah. That a chazan or someone called to do Hagbah that doesn't lift up the Torah, doesn't do Hagbah, and show it to the entire congregation is cursed. But why? Why would there be a curse for someone neglecting to do Hagbah? The lesson behind this strange medrash is that someone might want to leave the Torah on the table and let everyone come over and look at it. It's safer that way. It seems risky to lift it up and wave it around in the air, especially the Sephardic Torah, which is quite heavy. And the message of this lesson is that the key to upholding the entire Torah is that you have to leave your comfort zone. Your comfort zone is the space you occupy where you feel no anxiety, no stress, no pressure, only comfort and safety. Comfort and safety are critically important in certain areas of our lives, but they can also hold us back from progress and advancement in particular places. In order to achieve new things in our service of Hashem, or performance of the mitzvos, or study of Torah, it is absolutely necessary to move ourselves out of our comfort zone once in a while. And that's why the Torah must be lifted up from the table and waved around, in order to show us that the pursuit of Torah requires some risk, some move out of our comfort zone. Indeed, this is what the season of Elul is all about. Uru yesheni mishinaschem. When we hear the sound of the shofar every morning, it is calling us to wake up, to be able to move out of our comfort zone and find out what else we are capable of. Don't just leave the Torah on the table. Lift it up for all to see. Good Shabbos.